those who have served and are currently serving in our military branches. Veterans Day is Monday, but ESPN believes one day just isn't enough. We'll be commemorating and celebrating those who served with special programming, and we'll do it all weekend long.
Yeah, well deserved, very well deserved. Today our focus is on the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. Hannah Storm and Kevin Nagandi continue our coverage as we salute the troops honoring America's heroes.
Midshipman Captain Jean-Luc Curry. Service means to me giving back to the United States and to the American people, especially the people who have been so generous to us as midshipmen and to what we do here.
And welcome back to SportsCenter. Kevin Nagandi with you as we continue our salute to our heroes. Inside Bancroft Hall, one of the largest dormitories in the world, it houses over 4,400 midshipmen. This is what a normal dormitory looks like. You see they got room here for the jacket and the shoes coming down the line, the uniform. Of course, it's neat for the inside as well as for the outside with the shoes lined up. For other college students, you have to have a computer. They have a computer. One thing that separates them, how about a bunk above the computer? Their day usually starts before dawn, and for most it ends past midnight. One thing they don't need, an alarm clock.
So you're 9 minutes, someone like Coach Ray Reyes, that's like coming here at 2 Uniform morning conservation list, all hands, way to work the blue. Lady from morning mail list, fried sandwiches, hard-boiled eggs, bird bread,
So chow calls is a way that the plebes wake up their upperclassmen and inform them of their day. So the many things that they fit within a 15-second span of time is a very detailed menu. Everything from the main course, eggs and bacon, down to the individually wrapped butter packets.
As a plebe or a freshman, it's usually a pretty stressful part of your day. It's supposed to be a way to operate under stress, but it turns into just a lot of yelling. I think the most challenging part of the day is making sure you remember why you're here. Beyond any physical requirements or academic requirements, it's really important to know in your heart why you're here, and that usually gives you the energy to make it through the day-to-day. New meal formation is a way to get accountability for the entire brigade. Every company, every squad, and every battalion will march out onto Tecumseh Court. And from there, the brigade will proceed into lunch.
A lot of sports teams have practice during lunch, as the squash team does. After practice, we'll go to our last set of classes of the day till about 3, go into a mandatory sports workout time until about 5.
Sports play a very large role here at the Naval Academy. It's part of our mission statement, moral, mental, and physically. Everyone has to be on a team, varsity, club, or just intramurals. It helps keep you in shape, and it helps you connect to the people around you as well.
Days can be pretty long, especially if you're an in-season athlete. They can be up to 15 or 16 hours. I'm on the track team, and we practice up to 3 or 4 hours a day. So I usually start my homework around 9 o'clock at night and hope to get to bed by midnight, and then do it all again the next day.
Something else the mids have to fit into their very busy schedule is a visit to this place. This is the First Wing Barbershop, where they get a standard issue haircut. As you can see, a nice little taper in the back there. Ernest Smith, he's been cutting hair here since 1981, and since these guys come in once every 2 weeks or so just to keep up to snuff, we calculated that Smitty here and his pals have cut something in the neighborhood of 2,800,000 midshipmen through the years. So Smitty, I'm next, okay?
You're next.
Kevin?
That would be a look. All right, some of the service here on campus handling the Midshipman Action Group, which is an outreach program comprised of only midshipmen. This week they completed a donation of 60,000 pounds of food for the local community. Our day from Annapolis continues ahead. You don't want to miss the noon formation as we go back to Bristol. A look at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
celebrating our veterans all weekend long. Veterans Day, of course, on Monday. Today, our focus on the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. Hannah Storm is standing by there. Hannah?
Thank you, Jay, and welcome back to the U.S. Naval Academy. One of the most special parts of the day, you're looking at the noon formation in Tecumseh Court in front of Bancroft Hall, a tradition here at the Yard since 1905. And here to guide us through it is the Deputy Commandant of the U.S. Naval Academy, Colonel Bobby Shea. And Colonel, can you tell us what we're looking at right now?
Certainly, Hannah. First of all, thanks to ESPN for being here. We really appreciate you honoring the brigade this way. What you're seeing behind us is the noon meal formation. We do this every day as a kind of a transition point between the midshipmen moving from their academic classes to the noon meal formation, because every moment has to be accounted for, every moment has to be efficient. So this is our way of counting 4,500 people from the last plebe and the last rank all the way to the brigade commander, and trying to get it done in about 5 or 6 minutes.
As you see our shot from the top of Bancroft Hall, you can see that there are just 2 battalions. This is actually only 1/3 of the brigade that you're looking at, and there are others all surrounding Bancroft Hall. Again, a 4,400 as they are marching into lunch more formally than most of us would, and to music.
Absolutely, Anna.
The Drum and Bugle Corps, and I know that you have a saying about what time, tide, and formation waits for no man.
Exactly. Whether it's the sweep of the second hand on your watch, whether it's the ebb and flow of the Atlantic current or formation, it's going to move on, and we've got to teach these young officers that being at the right place at the right time is critical, not only here at the Naval Academy, but also in their lives as junior officers, leading the young men and women of the Fleet Marine Force and the operating forces out in the Navy.
They are inspection ready, their uniforms, right?
Absolutely. Every button is buttoned, every tie is tied appropriately. And for formations, not only are we counting everybody, but we're inspecting them, and we're also taking the time to pass word to them about things that are happening in the yard today.
Why is this sort of discipline and organization so important?
Well, it's all about leadership. Everything we do here at the Academy is about leadership. Whether it's the rigorous academic schedule, our competitive sports programs, or military formations like this, we're training them to earn the privilege to lead those young Marines and sailors who will be led by them in the future. It is all about leadership.
Does this happen literally every day?
Monday through Friday. This is how we transition from our academic classes into noon meal formation in an efficient, effective process.
What we're looking at here is Bancroft Hall, and this is really the epicenter of life here at the Naval Academy.
Absolutely. It's one of the world's largest dormitories, with the entire brigade living inside with over 1,700 rooms. It's the center of their lives. We call it Mother B. And like graduates like myself, we like to come back to Mother B and see where our leadership really started.
And everyone is filing into one single place, one single room to eat lunch. I had lunch there yesterday, by the way, a lovely buffalo chicken sandwich at King Hall.
Absolutely. Every moment is accounted for in their day. They're going to move on from lunch and then move back to the academic schedule and then onto the athletic fields this afternoon.
I know that you enlisted in the Marine Corps and you have ascended to the position where you are today. What has this place meant to you, Colonel Shea?
I would say in one word, it's potential. As a young enlisted Marine, I never thought I would ever go to college. But there was an officer in my squadron who saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. And that's what we try and do here at the Naval Academy, surround these young men and women with mentors and leaders and help push the boundaries of their potential so that they can later on go and do the same thing for a young Marine or a young sailor who's striving to be the best that they can be.
And you say those words as we hear the Marines hymn in the background and get ready to celebrate the 238th birthday of the Marines, as about a fifth of those here will go onto the U.S. Marine Corps.
Absolutely. Men and women all over the globe today, whether it's in camps in Afghanistan or places like Mother B, will be celebrating the Marine Corps birthday today.
And I know you're going to go inside and cut the cake. And, oh, we heard the Sports Center theme, too. Very, very well done by the Drum and Bugle Corps. You have to get in and change uniform and cut the cake as the senior Marine there in the dining room. So we'll let you go, Colonel Shea. And must we say, happy birthday. Thanks for the great play-by-play. And Semper Fi.
Semper Fidelis, Hannah. Thank you.
Let's go inside to Kevin Nagandi to see how they can possibly feed all these mids at once.
Hannah, all this talk about cake, I am hungry. 4,400 midshipmen coming down the steps into King Hall, one of the biggest cafeterias you'll ever see. So how do you feed all these young men and women all at once? We'll go behind the scenes and get you ready in a matter of minutes. Let's go back to Bristol.